Coverage of the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Caught in a conflict? Family? Housing? Business? Call Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center at 509-888-0957 for help.
Continuing our series of conversations of getting to know the top 10 Royal Court candidates. Eventually it'll be whittled down to the Queen and the two Princesses on Saturday night at the New America Performing Arts Center, presented by Cashmere Valley Bank. Lexie, introduce yourself to me and our television family.
Hello, I'm Lexie Fennell. I am currently attending at Eastmont High School as a senior and Wenatchee Valley College as a second-year full-time Running Start student.
We've had a lot of those in the Royal Court this year.
There is.
I wish they didn't have a Running Start when I was in school.
It's such a great opportunity, and there was a lot of girls in the top 24 that were also in Running Start. I don't know. It's just such a great opportunity to go to the college and the high school at the same time.
So right now, as it's Friday afternoon about 1 o'clock as we record this, are you missing a class right now?
I am.
What is it?
I'm missing ASL 2 right now, and then Senate in a couple minutes.
ASL 2.
ASL, American Sign Language.
Oh!
It's my second year.
Are you good at it?
As good as a second year student learning a different language can be. I mean, I can sign basic things like my name and my favorite color and stuff like that, but
is it almost, I mean, from what I know of American Sign Language, you're translating through your head to your hands. That can't be easy.
It's not easy, and the way that you have to sign is not the way that we would speak in English. Like you would say, I don't know, the dog ran to the park, but in sign language you would say, like ran the dog, or like you have to mix it all around.
Oh, okay.
Makes it a little more challenging.
I've already learned something from you today. So let's go back to November 6th, the mandatory meeting, the meeting you have to show up with, and either mom or dad, or perhaps both, have to accompany you to where you get the speech from Darcy and the staff. Say, well, if you're in, you want to take a run at being in royalty, this is what you can expect. Were you scared away? Were you like, okay, I'm going for it anyway? Was this something that you wanted to do?
I heard from a lot of girls that they were very skeptical going into the mandatory meeting, and they didn't know, and the mandatory meeting made sure that they wanted to do it. And for me, I already knew that I was going to do it before the mandatory meeting, so it just got me more excited for the process. And they were like, oh, if you get in top 10, you'll be doing all these things and getting interviewed on TV. And I was like, okay, that sounds cool. I know I want to do that.
So the decision was made even before the mandatory meeting, or did the mandatory meeting just submit your idea?
I already submitted my application before I went to the mandatory meeting.
Wow.
I knew I was going to do
That's showing initiative. So this is something like even when you were a little girl growing up, that maybe one day I might want to do this?
I moved here when I was 10, so I've only lived here for 7 years. But as soon as I got here, I was seeing all the girls run for it and all the hype around the community, just saying, oh my gosh, it's apple blossom time. And I've watched the parade since I moved here at 10, so I knew that it was something that I was going to want to do.
So going back let's go all the way back to November 6th for that matter, all the way through the speeches and then the top 10, and now here you are just a few short days away from pageant itself. What have you learned about yourself that maybe you didn't know about yourself back on November 6th?
I've really learned, I'm comfortable on a stage, but I really learned how to present comfortably, and I'm used to doing a lot of speeches on stage for business stuff, so I'm kind of learning how to show my personality through talking on stage and just getting more comfortable talking with people, just having one-on-one conversations like this, or going out in the community and just saying hi to anybody. I'm getting more comfortable with doing stuff like that.
You meet a lot of people in a very short period of time, including some fairly important people, and it takes, for a 17-year-old high school senior, that can sometimes be very uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot to get used to, and since all this top 10 stuff is pushed into 1 month, we're doing stuff every single day, and we're meeting someone new, or going on a fruit tour one day and then going to this thing another day. It's jam-packed. I just think it's so fun. It's such a great opportunity, and I've learned more about the Wenatchee Valley in the last 2.5 weeks than I have in the last 7 years that I've been here.
Well, it's worth it right there then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So on the 10th day of February, on Saturday, from basically the time you get up and have breakfast until it's all said and done and the pageant is over, you are going to be judged by judges who do this. They are professional pageant judges. Are you prepared to be judged over an extent all day and into the evening? Is that something that you're comfortable with?
I am very comfortable with it. I know that I'm going to be doing a lot of practicing before then, so I know that even if I'm not 100% comfortable right now, when February 10th does come, I think that I will be ready, and I'm just mostly just excited for it all. Like, it is nerve-wracking going into the interview and the one-on-ones, and everyone's just staring at you saying, oh, can she be our next queen or our next princess? And I think it's just so exciting to be in that place in the first, I don't know how to say that.
Well, I'll tell you this much. The judges who will be judging you on February 10th, the last thing they want to do is make anybody feel uncomfortable. They want to get to know the candidate and the person as much as anything else.
Yeah, I think it's just about being yourself, and I'm just so excited to just be in that space.
The Lexie time, your commitments to whatever it is that you have committed that day, and your homework is done, and the dog is fed, and you get your own little Lexie time where nobody can ask something of you. What do you do? What's good quality Lexie time for Lexie?
On that day, I will probably go home, maybe just try and like lay down, and I know my brain won't shut off on that day, but do something to try and get out of my head, like read. I like to read. So I might try and do that. I love food, so I might just go eat a meal or something, just to get my mind off of it so I'm not obsessing about it. I think that would be best.
That's probably the good. How did the gown selection go? Some of your candidate friends, they really like the dress they got to pick out.
I am in love with my dress. I went dress shopping at Sweethearts, and we were picking out different colors, and I was like, oh, I like that one. And then I said, oh, I really like this specific color. And they pulled out a dress, and I was like, that's it. And that was the first dress I tried on, and it was my dress.
They don't let you keep it, do they? You have to return the
We
formal.
get
They
to
let you
keep
keep it?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, we pay for it, so.
Oh, that's true. Because it's funny. Because I would always wear the tux for the big selection night, and then I would just take it home and put it in my closet, and then I would get yelled at because apparently I would have to return the tux.
Yeah.
Nobody told me.
I don't know when I'm ever going to wear this dress again, because it's too glamorous to wear to any party or anything, but it's the most beautiful dress I've seen.
Congratulations. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for dropping by and visiting us. We appreciate it. And you're watching the NCW Live channel.